but astounding. Next question, Mike T. The Vikings also drafted a quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, but they have Sam Darnold ready to go week 1 if J.J.'s not. So can Minnesota contend if Darnold starts the bulk of their games?
No, that's a hard no. And as Hembo reminded me, since 2018, he's the only quarterback to start 40 or more games and complete less than 60% of his passes. Ooh. And guys, TD to interception ratio, worse in the NFL. Now, with that said, I do expect J.J. McCarthy to start much sooner than later. And I think the other key here is the health of T.J. Hawkinson, the very productive tight end.
Kevin, when should the Vikings be ready to start J.J. McCarthy?
Now, July 3rd. Here's the thing about Sam Darnold. I feel bad for him. He's been failed by a couple of teams, but just because you were failed by your situation, that doesn't mean you're a good quarterback. I think that Kevin O'Connell is going to find layups in this offense for J.J. McCarthy. McCarthy last year at Michigan, 75% when throwing inside the numbers. Kevin O'Connell, once he's middle of the field, it's going to be really easy for him to transition. I think it's a home run this year. They start him game 1 if they're smart.
I want to ask Harry Douglas about the Detroit Lions.
Okay. Well, we're not going to talk about the Detroit Lions. We're here to talk about the Minnesota Vikings. All right. This is like giving me the hairs on my back are setting up because it just, even the way how this question was asked makes me so angry. If J.J. McCarthy is not ready, will, Sam Darnold get the start and will they be, legit? Okay. First off, J.J. McCarthy is more than capable of starting in the NFL right now. He is ready to be able to start in the NFL right now. Is it optimal for him to thrive and be able to be the best quarterback in the development of him as an NFL quarterback? No. Just like it wasn't for a lot of quarterbacks. The best example, I guess, forever at this point will be Patrick Mahomes. Are we really going to say that Patrick Mahomes wasn't ready to be a quarterback in the NFL his rookie year? Of course he was ready. Was it better for him to just sit out for the year? Obviously it was. So I already take issue with that question because then it's like if Sam Darnold gets the start, the narrative then becomes J.J. McCarthy's not ready. And that's just nonsense because then people use that as a way to pull down J.J. McCarthy. They didn't use it as a narrative to pull down Patrick Mahomes because no one knew who really Patrick Mahomes was except for you diehard college fans. But the average casual didn't know what the heck a Patrick Mahomes was. So that's that. So I just take issue with the way how that's already being phrased because it's already setting up J.J. McCarthy to be like, he's just not ready yet. And it's like, all right, let's relax here. Now this other idea where they want to now use Sam Darnold's stats against him and say, see, he's clearly not good. And it's like, what are we talking about? His entire career, outside of the 1 year, he's been with the New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers. 2 franchises that keep hiring and firing coaches that have been an absolute disaster, that can't build an offense for the life of them. They have no success no matter what they do. And now we're supposed to evaluate a quarterback based off of that circumstance. I got news for you to kind of stick with the whole Patrick Mahomes idea. Patrick Mahomes would have been failing with the New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers. I admit Patrick Mahomes would have done better than Sam Darnold, okay? I'm not saying that Patrick Mahomes and Sam Darnold are on the same level. But some quarterbacks, especially depending on their skill set, are in a position to be able to overcome the deficit of a roster, coaching, disorganization from the franchise as a whole, whether it be from the front office, the coaching staff, whatever it may be, the media, the city where they are. Sam Darnold doesn't have that luxury. That's just not the skill set that he is in. He needs to be in a highly functional franchise organization, and then he can succeed. He played very well with the 49ers. I know it was very limited, and you can't just look at the numbers, but if you actually watch what he was able to do, especially against the Ravens when he came in when Purdy was injured, Sam Darnold looked actually really great and really composed. And that was a very bizarre, random situation. They were getting blown out for him to throw him in, to throw Sam Darnold in the first place. So believe me, Sam Darnold is legit. That's why the Vikings paid a chunk of change for him. They didn't just pay him that money just for nothing. I think it's like, $10 million or whatever the exact amount of money is. So this idea that he's just an absolute scrub, well, that means that Kevin O'Connell has no idea what he's doing. Because believe me, Kevin O'Connell had to sign off on getting Sam Darnold. I know it probably wasn't his final say, of course, but he definitely had to be like, sure, yeah, this will be good. I can work with this, and yeah, sure, we can. He had to kind of sign off on that. And so this idea that if you don't think that Sam Darnold is a good quarterback, or that that the Vikings are more than capable of actually winning games with Sam Darnold, well, then you're saying that you don't believe in Kevin O'Connell as a head coach, that you think that he's actually dumb and can't evaluate and make good decisions. I don't think that at all. I think Kevin O'Connell is a top coach in the NFL and is great. And when he finally does get that great quarterback marriage with him and some of these other pieces and the roster get built up, the Vikings are going to be legit. And I keep saying again and again and again that this whole division is going to be a gauntlet and it's going to be can't miss TV. So I just take such issue with this idea of JJ McCarthy. If Sam Darnold starts, then JJ McCarthy is showing that he's not good enough or not ready enough. That's not accurate. Are they actually legitimate, threats or contenders or a viable team with Sam Darnold? These guys say no. The answer is, of course they are. Again, I trust in Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings franchise. They're not some poverty-stricken franchise that's desperate and keeps making bad decisions. A lot of people thought, oh, why are they getting Kirk Cousins? This is ridiculous. They were wildly successful with Kirk Cousins, especially with once Kevin O'Connell was there. That their true potential, unfortunately, was cut short because of injury. But make no mistake about it, that was very successful. And now this idea of when should the Vikings begin the JJ McCarthy era, and they're like right now, and it's like, no, stop. Like, what are you talking about? Be smart about this. It's not a matter of today. It's a matter of tomorrow and the day after and the day after and the day after. So this idea that you need to rush JJ McCarthy out there is also absurd. So the Vikings mantra absolutely positively should be, in Kevin O'Connell we trust. Right? Like, you have a great offensive mind, a young mind too, but not too young where he's still kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, he's the perfect balance between youth, maturity, and experience, and has also made his fair share of mistakes like plenty of other people. So right now, this is like perfect timing for Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings. So trust whatever Kevin O'Connell is going to do with JJ McCarthy and Sam Darnold. Trust those decisions. This idea that it's just like they should start right now, and especially when Kevin O'Connell has been kind of saying the opposite. And even JJ McCarthy has been saying the right things of like, I can learn a lot from Sam and all this type of stuff. And I look up to Sam Darnold. I grew up watching him. Like, they're already setting the stage to let everyone know, hey, you know what? Sam Darnold's probably going to start, and we're not going to just trot out JJ McCarthy, because that's not good business. That's not how you thrive. Does it help with the headlines? Does it make these people up there happy so they could be like, JJ McCarthy is starting, blah 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 blah? Yeah, you better believe that's what the media wants, because that more people are going to watch those videos. If I titled this video JJ McCarthy to start, can win MVP, right? Like, that's what they want to be able to say. It's a lot less sexy headline when my title is going to be Sam Darnold will start, right? People are less inclined to go nuts over that, but it doesn't make it less wrong. It's the actual reality of the situation, what should be the situation is, and the most accurate. So, but those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think? Do you think that that Sam Darnold should start over JJ McCarthy? If not, when do you think JJ McCarthy should start? Do you think Sam Darnold and the Vikings will actually be good together? Do you think they'll actually be a viable threat? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of, and I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.